Anyways, after escaping this thing, the shark, they're back on the island, but Littlefoot stupidly says, well, at least we're safe from the shark, or the swimming shark tooth, but they hear a carnivorous dinosaur roar in the background. And Sarah replies, oh yeah, I rather prefer to get eaten by the ones that walk. And honestly, I think the ones in the ocean are a lot worse, because for one, your eyesight is not as good in the water, you can't really see anything. The worst part of it is, they don't make any sound. And the worst part for you guys is, there's no gigantic wall to keep you safe. If you're literally in the open ocean full of hundreds of these, possibly millions of these guys. So it sucks to be you. It really sucks to be you. Know that there's no gigantic wall to keep you safe this time. And since you're on an unknown island full of these carnivorous dinosaurs, your luck's even worse. Anyways, after they foolishly try to escape the island, they're just trapped in another stupid pointless song, but this one sounds a bit more depressing. But in the middle of the daytime, a shadow appears, and it's a carnivore. And starts chasing them. And for starters, I almost kind of got scared myself when I first watched this movie, when I was younger. Because you could not see the animal. You could not see what was chasing him until it's revealed to be Chopper from the second movie. He literally not showed himself for 2 movies now, ever since the second one ended. Anyways, he reveals that he lives here with his mom and dad. And his friends are all shocked except for Spike, who just looks the same. Anyways, Sarah's no longer trusting Chopper anymore, because, well, it's kind of ironic. Because, well, she's a Triceratops and he's a T-Rex. And we all know that Triceratops is T-Rex's favorite food. And most likely, that must have what have happened to Sarah's mom, because we don't see or hear for what happened to Sarah's mom. The only real time we saw her was in the first movie. She's been gone for 4 movies now. So most likely, Sarah's mom got killed by a T-Rex. And Littlefoot's like, he's Chopper, he's our best friend, he will never hurt us. That's more like trying to tame a lion that you raised from birth. It's more like finding an infant lion that you didn't raise from birth, but you raised it anyway, and it gets all hostile and aggressive, because it's acting like its predatory instinct. And on one hand, I can agree with Sarah on this point, because Chopper is nearly sort of within a way of almost a full-grown T-Rex, sort of. He's still fairly smaller than all of them combined. And hold on, my mouth is watering up, so therefore I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. Anyways, now that I'm refreshed, Chopper's parents arrive, and this is possibly the most frustrating part that both me and Ulturi that have something, well, we kind of both have with this movie, because when one of Chopper's parents arrives, it's his mom. But for some stupid reason, it turns out to be his dad, because his mom's in the background and his dad's in front of him. Because the only real reason how you can tell the differences between Chopper's mom and dad is because Chopper's father has a bit more of a darker color. He's sort of dark green on top and light green on the bottom. Not trying to be racist, just hear me out. And Chopper's mom's more like a puke-ish green color atop, and she's light green at the bottom. like a much more brighter green than Chopper's father. So, yeah. But, yeah, it just changes the color of the dinosaur, and puts another one in the back. They just, like, what was the director thinking? Who made this movie? When you're making a movie, you should really keep an eye on your staff or your people that you're working with, making sure that they got the animal right, the color right, and of course, sort of the genre on how the audience can tell them apart. And Chopper does cute little baby dinosaur sound effects, which I think they are kind of cute. And there are subtitles for the carnivores, so we can understand what they're saying. Matter of fact, the good majority of the movie focuses on Chopper and his family. But in a way, it does not really focus on the main characters. Sure, it did through the beginning of the movie, but through the rest of the movie, it doesn't really focus on them because it focuses on Chopper and his parents. Mainly, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be like what Chopper is going through with his childhood with his parents. Because when Chopper asks if he could bring his friends to dinner, they just looked confused because apparently the T-Rexes, they don't understand what the word friends means. And they replied, sure, we could use some dessert. And they always find Littlefoot because Chopper's father picks up the scent of Longneck. But Chopper kind of backs them up and protects them. And Chopper's parents leave, and it's revealed that, well, the Chopper, with him being more like the only carnivorous dinosaur that could talk like them, besides that crocodile that we saw in the last movie, he's the only carnivore that can basically speak their language and understand what they're saying. So that way he can reply it back and to his friends. And there's also a Giganotosaurus on the island. At first I was like, is this an Allosaurus? But then, when I moved here, I found out that this is actually a Giganotosaurus. And Chopper says it's a good thing that my family is the only carnivores that live here. How the hell do you not notice a Giganotosaurus walking around on your island, Chopper? Like it's your island. As a matter of fact, I'm more curious on how the heck did Chopper's family end up from the mysterious beyond to this island. Someone needs to explain this to me in the comment below right now before I have another rage moment. Anyways, Chopper tries to take his friends to somewhere where his parents can never find them. A sneaky place where they can be safe and, well, hidden. They're from Chopper's family. Ducky stupidly walks away from the group when Chopper completely says, don't get separated or you will get lost and never found. Oh my god, did you not hear what Chopper just said? But she does get picked up by a pterosaur, but not a friendly one. And so, yeah. Anyways, they make it across the bridge, and Ducky gets reunited with her friends. And Chopper offers to get them some food after they're taking them to a sneaky place after Spike tries to eat all the food, all the hideouts, so that way he can satisfy his hunger. And we cut to the next song. Apparently in every Land Before Time movie there's like 3 songs. There's like the first one that ends up somewhere in the beginning of the movie. and then there's the second one that ends up in the middle of the movie, and then there's the third one that ends up at the end of the movie. And after bringing the food, Littlefoot offers Chomper a bite of the food, and Chomper looks at Littlefoot's foot, and Sarah just says, "Watch out," and Chomper sadly leaves. I kind of actually feel bad for Chomper, actually. I do really feel bad for him. And I know I'm going to say this, but he is my only favorite character because, well, he's a T-Rex, but not just that. Not just in this movie, he gets shunned away from his friends, but also in the series itself. In the Lamp for Time series, he gets shunned away from his friends. And the herbivores in the Great Valley just pick on him. And this is making me feel sad for him. I kind of wish that Chomper just stayed where he was, just stayed in his family, stayed with his family. Anyways, Littlefoot kind of almost gets caught by his mom, by Chomper's mom, but with the help of Chomper, he gets spared. And Chomper kind of tells Littlefoot of what his mom said to him, and she just basically said that don't play with your food. And I'm kind of surprised that Chomper's mom doesn't recognize him. I know it's been a while since last time she's seen him, but you can at least see something like a confused look on her face. Because, like, this is the same dinosaur that looked after your child before you. But in a way, you owe him one. And I'm surprised Chomper doesn't tell his parents that, because if he did, that would save the situation a lot more sooner. Because if he just told them, like, oh yeah, these are the dinosaurs that raised me, so can you help me to survive until you guys found me? If that happened, if Chomper told them that, then most likely Chomper's parents will spare their lives in return. Because they helped Chomper, and now therefore they owe them one. But instead, no. And when the Giganosaurus finds the gang and starts chasing them, Chomper tries to save them, and the most stupidest thing happens in this movie. The Giganotosaurus, after roaring at the main characters, it just takes one step closer, and then just roars, and waits until Chomper's parents arrive to save the day. And a fight breaks out, and there's actually some blood in this movie this time. It's been a while since last time I saw that part. But literally, why are you just standing there roaring at them? Just eat them already. Carnivores don't do this in real life. They don't just walk towards their prey and just roar at them and just wait until the backup shows up for the prey that's being hunted. No, that does not happen. It does not happen. I get it, this is a kid's movie, but good lord. This is like just making all these carnivorous dinosaurs look bad. Especially when it comes to the ones that I do not like Giganotosaurus. Well, then again, I think it did say it was like my favorite dinosaur. I don't really know what I'm saying anymore.